First of all, hello to everyone. Professor Dr. Teresa Trencheva, she is Vice Rector for Research and International Activities in the university. We have also Senior Assistant Professor Bela Tetevenska, who is Head of Department for International Affairs, Protocol and Cabinet of Director. And we also have Professor Dr. Ivan Garvanov, who is Vice Rector for Quality of Education and Accreditation. So thank you for coming today on this meeting. And I give now the floor to Professor Stiger to start the conversation.
It is really a pleasure for me today to have this conversation with you because I think we should really be happy about the success of your university with this AQ registration in Austria. It is really a big thing that after 5 years successful working together with about 40 PhD students, there is now the new registration and the new registration for the next years. It's a very good example for this international cooperation that UNIBIT was able to spend out the PhD to a German student who is sitting in Myanmar, working there as a Chinese for a Chinese company in this country, and was graduated from this university. And I hope that we can continue this really good. And once more, congratulations to this really good process of quality control the Austrian registration agency did.
So the PhD program and the master programs of UNIBIT were registered again in AQ Austria. So this is the agency for quality control of the programs for a second period. And our question is what really motivated you and what really made the process valuable for you, and really what are the results of it?
Hello from me too, to all the colleagues. It's a really great pleasure to have the opportunity to present our PhD and master's programs in front of future participants, I hope. What have motivated us? As you know, and we are partners for a long time, our university is accredited with a very high institutional score. It's 9.33. And the professional fields in which students study at our university are really highly rated. According to the ranking system to the higher education institutions in our country, ULSIT is in second place among universities and is one of the most desirable among prospective students and the students are realized on the market. So this has motivated us to continue abroad. The quality of education at our university is a priority for the university, and that is why ULSIT is applying for this second time for accreditation at the Agency for Quality Assurance and Accreditation in Austria. We have a wide range of different master's programs. The first one is Business and Administrative Information Technologies and Communities. We have also Publishing Business and Electronic Resources. For example, we also have Management of Documents and Archives, Management of Information in Strategic Communications, e-business and e-management, Information Systems and Technologies, Information Technologies and Financial Engineering, Software Architectures and Quality Management, something else related with innovations is Technological Entrepreneurship and IT Innovations, National Security, something very actual and very desirable from the students. We have nearly 10 PhD programs we have registered, and they are organization and management of information processes, book science, librarianship and bibliography, cultural and historical heritage in a modern information environment, leadership, business administrative, social communications and technologies, science studies, information theory and knowledge management, information systems and technologies, informatics and computer science, and also national security. So you see that we have the line with the master's programs. So if you graduate master program, you can continue it in your PhD in national security.
Of course, first of all, also from my side, congratulations for the quality control with AQ Austria. What is your view in the past year? What changed for the university, for the professors? Because in the last year we had COVID-19, many things changed worldwide, many things in higher education changed. What were the changes for you and your team and for your students? And also, did you manage to find a balance between the good old practices, the good old way of teaching, and the flexibility and digitalization that more and more universities are using?
Dear colleague, over the past year, in the situation of COVID, University of Library Studies and Information Technologies responded very quickly by providing the opportunity to educate its students in electronic environment. Teachers applied different approaches to distance learning through internet-based resources, sent textbooks, monographs, presentations, tests and other learning materials. In the Moodle distance and e-learning platform were created resources for content introduction by all University of Library Studies and Information Technologies teachers. All of them actively conduct the classes in video conference mode, which they record and share with their students on the e-learning platform, Elias, Moodle, the Sharpel and X-Libraries L science networks. Thank you.
In one video I've recently seen, Professor Denchev, who just called, said that the university is doing the needed digitalization, but definitely it's not going to strive to become a smart university. And by this he means this smart university that digitalizes everything and forgets about the human side of education, about the human touch, about the human connection between the professors and the students and between the students themselves. And this is really interesting topic for us, and to say how really the university is trying to find this balance.
Thank you, Nikolai. It's a really very good question, because our university has this tradition to find the balance between the new normality in which we are replaced, in fact, according to this new situation in COVID-19. In fact, we have made this video for our 70th anniversary of the university. And Professor Denchev has also defended this thesis that our university never will be a smart university. As you know, there is a smart university in the Emirates. It's a very popular kind of education, and we are trying to be near our students, because this formula is working very well. Independently especially of that we are in a pandemic situation. We are always open for our students. We are always ready to meet them also in distance, not only in front of the screen of the computer. And this saved this tradition that Professor Denchev mentioned last year, because we have made this film, in fact, in pandemic situation. It was really very hard to find students in July, when was in fact the peak of the pandemic, but we have done it. And this shows that, in fact, we will save the tradition to be near our students in every time, in every situation, and our university will be a society. In fact, with what is a university? University is a society of teachers, of professors, of lecturers, of students, the most important part of the university. So we will save this really the life of the university.
And Professor Tetevensko, one question for you, because in the last 5 years we had a little bit more than 30 PhD students graduated in the programs of UNIBIT, and you were the person that really supported them a lot throughout this time. So we will be really happy to hear what are your impressions and what is your feeling about the mutual work with those people from Austria, from Germany, from Switzerland. We have people also from Malaysia and from other sides of the world. So what is your impression about their work?
Thank you for that question, Nikolai. First and foremost, let me just set the score straight. It's like for the last 5 years, and this is the 6th year, the beginning of the 6th year of our cooperation with our colleagues from Austria and with you. Basically, there are more like 68, closely to 70 PhD students that came from Austria, from Germany, from Malaysia. We have a person from Turkey as well who has a German nationality, and 35 of them, I must confirm, have successfully defended their PhD thesis, and currently another 33 people are under educational process, three from which basically passed their public defense and are waiting for their diploma. We have started with 6 students in end of 2014, 2015, gradually rising the number to 7 to 2016, and up from there we were having 15 to 16 students per year which have been enrolled in the PhD program. Basically, what makes a really good impression, especially for me, administratively talking, is the motivation, the ambition of the PhD students that are coming from Austria. I'm quite impressed. Also, the topics that the PhD students are developing and that are presenting for enrollment and further developing in fully fledged dissertations are related to not only to theoretical topics but to scientifically applied tasks, and given the fact that people are coming from practice, they have both the scientific and the scientific applied contributions and the ideas for these contributions. About the, statistically speaking, about the interest of the student, the majority of the students are enrolling under the doctoral program organization and management of information processes, since it is a doctoral program which has a wider range of topics that can be included in it. Of course, information processes and their management are in every aspect of human life. We have about maybe 4 to 5 students which have been enrolled in informatics and automated systems of information management doctoral program, and namely, my impression of the enrolled PhD students is that they are quite serious people who are working, and they are putting their efforts into something that they have already developed in their career, that they have already career-wise have experienced it, and they have the ideas to basically give something more to improve the environment, or to give models for better organization of the environment. Also, their excellent preparation, speaking of the education process, we provide them with the necessary documents and the materials for the exams, and they are quite serious about developing their topics for the exams, about passing the exams successfully. We do have an example of excellent PhD students here, and of greatly developed dissertation thesis. As per the topics, mostly some of the recent topics, I can say there was a topic, I think it's the lady that has defended it is from Austria, about communication strategy sufficiency on the Austrian market. We have also have a topic concerning sustainable methods and contemporary cybernetic models in management. Mostly the topics are oriented to presenting new models and tendencies in SMEs, in small and medium-sized business enterprises, digitalisation, presenting the new models which are already implemented in the globalized world into the practice in their field of expertise and area that they work in. Also, there were several topics that were connected to the management of the information processes in the healthcare system, in providing information about the healthcare system, and in managing the processes in the healthcare system. These are some of the tendencies that I can distinguish from the various range. After all, there are 70 people and they are working in different topics.
I could share my opinion about some of the topics, because I am a specialist at intellectual property, and I had a PhD. I have still a PhD student who is working at the European Patent Office. It's a really very good topic, because he's making he is making a search which is related in the jurisdiction of the differences between Germany and Bulgaria. So it's a very good topic, because we have in fact information from really one very good and very important for our work organization.
I think that we have heard a lot of very interesting fields of research of our students, and a lot of good arguments for this PhD program and why it is so successful. We heard about the spirit of the university, the high quality of the programs, the proximity to the students, and this is what I really can say, that students like this form of supporting, of help. For many new students, they heard of this good quality. They are a little bit interested in the image of the university, and we heard about the high score of the programs and so on. And then some students ask, is there a network of this university, in which cooperations this university works? And then I tell them a lot of cooperations I know. But is there something you can share with our potential students about the network or the networks the university is engaged. I heard, for example, from this cooperation with the ministry, and this is a little bit connected with Professor Galvanov's idea of the cybersecurity and so. So I think you are very interested, or our students are interested in this, to hear about these cooperations you have with other universities for other networks.
The university has different partnerships and different partnerships agreement for teaching, internships, joint research, different international projects, applied and theoretical projects with a number of companies. First and foremost, let's start with the business, such as IBM, Oracle, Microsoft, Padata, Microtik, SAP, SAP, the so-called SAP labs. The university is working with the state e-government agency, with electrorobotics, telecommunications, Techno Ltd, and so on. We also have outstanding achievements in terms of student and teacher mobility under the Erasmus and Erasmus Plus program. We have started our participation in the Erasmus Plus program in 2006, and from there on, for the last 15 years, we have established agreements with the university in Turkey, Hacettepe University, in Croatia, University of Zagreb, in France, University of Paris Descartes, in France again with the Gustav Eiffel University, also with Hungary, University of Szeged, with Portugal, University of Croatia, with with Poland. We had agreement with the Warsaw University, and we have current agreement with the Jagiellonian University of Poland. Also, we have the agreement again with Polytechnic Institute in Porto, with State University of Oregon, with the University of Ulm in Germany, and many others. We had previous agreement with the Turkish Police Academy in Ankara under the national security field of expertise. Also, our university is a member of various prestigious international organizations, such as the International Federation of Library Associations and Institutions, the European Bureau of Library Information and Documentation Association, the American Library Association, the International Council of Museums, the so-called NCAT, also in the European Association for Library and Information Education and Research. As Professor Trencheva has mentioned, with the EIPTN, the European Intellectual Property Teachers Network, we also have representatives, professors and lecturers on the board of the governing board of two of the leading organizations, namely EBLIDA and also EUCLID. We have also a well-known member of the board of Cost Action in digital literacy and multi-modal practices for young children, Associate Professor Lyudmila Polishkova. Also, University of Library Studies participates in a number of European scientific initiatives under the Erasmus program in Key Activity 2, and the university has the strategic aim for sustainable development as a leading higher educational institution with significant scientific, technological, innovative potential. We have been able to get actively involved in the European research and innovation area. basically for the last 5 years, the university coordinates 4 Erasmus Plus projects apart from the key activity one, the physical mobility of students and lecturers. In program and partner countries, we have also, as I already pre-mentioned, different various projects in key activity 2 under the Erasmus Plus, Internet of Things, security nuggets, projects about information literacy as a games-based learning approach for avoiding fake content. We have also been leading the institution in action project for innovation under the Erasmus Plus, and we have been partners in more than 8 Erasmus Plus projects: High Five, Smart, Red Cyber CG, arrange licensed masters professionals for development of administration, PICTET, FETCH, future education and training in computing, also for school on cloud, connecting education to the cloud for digital citizenship, etc. We also, not only in international board, but on national level, are participating in 2 projects from the National Scientific Fund, namely oriented to 3D digital data destruction, to conceptual modeling and stimulation of the Internet of Things, and etc. We also, except for being partners with various countries from the EU, have established tradition in good relations with partners from Turkey, and we are trying to maintain good partnership with institutions and universities from the Russian Federation. We have UNESCO department in December of 2020, the last year. We have again renewed the activities of the UNESCO Department of ICT in Library Science Education and Cultural Heritage at the University of Library Studies and Technologies. It is renewed from a 3rd term until 2024. Basically, this interfaculty department was established in 2012. So we do have a really good partnership under this interfaculty UNESCO department, and we also have a Center of Excellence in Informatics and Information and Communication Technology. It's been built by a consortium including the most prestigious Bulgarian universities. We have associated academics partners, the Institute of Statistics and Mathematical Methods and Economics from Vienna, Austria, and also the Fraunhofer Institute of Industrial Mathematics in, well, I can't pronounce it. Kaiserslautern in Germany again. I'm sorry, but my German is not quite well. And the university is striving to develop internationalization strategy, not only under the Erasmus program, but basically a strategy for development of the university, which aims at institutions with good reputation and potential partnership, not only on the European level, but also on the world map, if I can say so.
This amazing video that was created by the university, we're definitely going to put a link for it below the interview that we're doing now. We got it from Professor Garvanov in English language, so with English subtitles, so that everyone is going to see it. And by the way, this video was sent to us by one of the PhD students who seen it in Bulgarian language and said, well, that looks really nice, it's really interesting, but what it is about. So he wanted to know more about the video. We've watched it. We've seen also, I think it was presented also on the national television, yeah, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, so really congratulations for it.
The video is really very nice, very interesting, and at least to me, it gave information about UNIBIT that I didn't know. That was very interesting. I would like to ask you what inspired you to record this movie. It has a very interesting title, 70 UNIBITs of knowledge, like bits, the information measurement unit. And what are the main messages of this video?
As I mentioned earlier in our conversation, this video was dedicated mainly to our 70-year anniversary of the university. It was last year. We had a really very great plans for this anniversary, but unfortunately none of them realized. And we decided to invest in this video because we wanted to show what have happened in fact in the last years. We had made such a film for our 60th anniversary, so 10 years ago. As you know, the period in the last 10 years was very active because Professor Denchev was a rector in this period. And we wanted to show what have happened mainly in these 10 years because it's really great score for our university. As you can see in the film, we have tried to show the university through the eyes of the rector, of the present rector, of the ex-rector, through the eyes of the students and different personalities at our university. Like honorary guests, Dr. Honoris Causa, and different famous persons for our university. Through these stories and narratives in the movie, in fact, is shown the essence of ULSIT, how it is built, and which fulfills its mission by training and educating. We have tried to show all the technological achievements we have at our university. We have tried to show the two campuses. As you know, we had just one campus, now we have two campuses, and also scientific research youth base, which is in the village Stoikite in the region of Smolen. So this is in fact one very special place. We have planned to make a special official opening last year, but it was failed too. And this film in fact is the life of the university in the last 10 years. We hope that we have achieved our idea.
Well, definitely. I mean, the video is amazing, and as you said, it gives the view of different people inside the university, and most importantly, my biggest pleasure was to see with what love the students are talking about the university, and I think this should make you also very grateful and very proud of your work, because this love that they were talking with about the university, about the programs, even especially I've seen in this part where they preserve the books, where they take care about preserving the books and how important is this for them, and to hear it in nowadays, this is very, very important, that they're young people, that they really love to preserve books and they really love to keep the heritage. and that's really amazing. One question that is more related to the future, but related to the title of the movie, is actually how do you imagine the next 5 UNIBITs? Because as you know, we are nowadays living in even fasterly changing environment. The last 1.5 years were new for everyone, and we had to do a lot of changes and a lot of compromises and we had to prove a lot of flexibility. So how do you imagine the next 5 UNIBITs of knowledge?
We have tried to make a message to our students through this movie, how we can imagine the next 5 years, maybe more relations, more cooperation with organizations abroad, more new specialties, and maybe the most important, which we could say to our present and future students, is that we don't have to forget to make the relation between past and future. It's very important for us, and how you mentioned now, our students like to preserve books. So this is really the main idea, how to make the relation between past and future among our students and the specialties at our university. As you know, we have 2 faculties, the Faculty of Library Studies and Cultural Heritage, and the second faculty is the Faculty of Information Science. So I think that we have made this bridge between the past and future.
I only want to say that it is really good to build such bridges between the past and the future. And I see on our students that they are, there is a big range, because we have students with 25 years, and I think you remember we have some students, they are 70 years old. So this is very interesting in this PhD program, that there is a big field of very interesting research, and the individuals of the students are so different. We have a German guy with a diploma from Finland, and he is studying on your university. We have people from different countries, as you told us before, and so I think that your university is building really bridges between old and young, bridges between past and future, bridges between countries, and bridges between our international students. And this is why I am so really happy to have this cooperation with your team. And we are working now since years together, and so I'm really happy to have you in this possibility to enlarge our students. And this is what I want to say, that our students, and they are so happy. And in this moment, when they are ready with their PhD work, and I remember the last student who mentioned every minute he did for this program. He told us that it was 2,500 hours he spent for this PhD program. And now at this moment, he is so happy to finish his research work. And this is, I think, something which makes me happy, that you enlarge the students in this way. And this is for what I want to say. Thank you, Teresa and Bella and Ivan. This is great. And thank you for continuing our good cooperation. This is the last thing I want to say. But it is really so. I enjoy this very much. Thank you. Thank you.
Maybe some final words from my side. In the last year, we saw that defenses and interviews are happening online via different platforms. Still, I personally, and as I know of many PhD students, would like to come to Bulgaria to have a defense, not online but face to face. This is something that we missed in the last year, and I really hope that one day, hopefully soon, we will be able to do this again.
I would like to say a few words about the main mission maybe of our university. One of the main mission is the development and establish of the University of Library Studies and Information Technologies as unique educational and scientific institution that motivates teachers to continue in the field of cybersecurity, blockchain, business modeling and application of the latest information and communication technologies, continuation of the successful policy of affirmation and development of the academic staff, improving the conditions for stimulating young teachers for staff development and active involvement in all activities of the university, active participation in the national scientific, educational and cultural projects and programs.
If you allow me, I would like to wish us all good luck in the next coming cooperation events, and hopefully we'll continue to work effortlessly with you and with our colleagues from Austria, since the doctoral students that are coming to our university with your assistance are quite well prepared, and the work process with them, with the education, the actual pre-defense and defense of the dissertations is going quite smoothly, no rifts there. So I would like to wish us all good health and really successful current and future work, and let us continue for many, many years.